Hi, fourth graders. TGIF, happy Friday. We are going to go ahead and dive right into shared reading. It is day 15 of the unit. So that means that on the 15th day, we always go over that common assessment question. We do have our common assessment on Monday. So this is a friendly reminder that this lesson is extremely important for us to listen to because as we have seen in previous units, when we model the common assessment question, it looks pretty similar on the common assessment. So, focus up on the screen. We are going to go ahead, I'm going to go ahead and move this right over here. We are going to go ahead and be focusing on this question prompt up at the top in this pink coral color. It says, after reading both volcanoes and Mount Vesuvius 79 CE letters from Pliny the Younger, what is one similar impact volcanoes have? Use evidence from both to support your thinking. So we have to remember we are close reading these two texts, the ones that we've read in the past 2 weeks. We have to remember that impact, a synonym for that is an effect. And so we are looking for the effect or the impact that volcanoes have. We are going to work on integrating a thought. So we are going to be using our chart below in order to help us. So I've already snipped out a few paragraphs for us to focus on. So let's go ahead and read paragraph 15 of volcanoes right here. And we are going to be looking for that impact it has that volcanoes have. So eyes up on the screen. When volcanoes do erupt, they can swiftly destroy habitats, towns, and their inhabitants. They can change the landscapes, knocking down trees and moving land. They can create avalanches and mud flows, which can be devastating. Eruptions have turned daylight skies to night. Some effects of volcanoes can be far reaching. Volcanic ash clouds can affect global weather patterns. So, while volcanoes have an effect, or an impact on many things. That sentence that is annotated, it could impact. I'm going to make this just a little bit bigger so we can see it. Volcanoes can impact, it can destroy towns. Once again, I'm looking at that first sentence. Towns and people, really. Okay. And we see here that it really can reshape even the earth. So, reshape earth. And the text evidence is, I'm going to put paragraph 15. It says, when volcanoes do erupt, they can swiftly destroy habitats, towns, and their inhabitants. Okay, so I have my text evidence right there that supports how volcanoes impact many things. All right, I'm going to go ahead and continue with the next text, and then we're going to go on to write our RJ. So let's look up at the text. This is the introduction of the Mount Vesuvius 79 CE. On August 24, 79 CE, one of the most powerful volcanoes in the world, called Mount Vesuvius, erupted in southern Italy. Spewing molten ash and rock into the air, it destroyed the city of Pompeii and two other resort towns nearby. People suffocated from the ash and gas that came forth from the eruption. Then volcanic debris literally buried Pompeii and the surrounding area. The cities were forgotten and stayed buried for almost 1,700 years. Excavation began in 1748 and continued today. Amazingly, because the area was buried so quickly by volcanic ash, everything and everyone was well preserved. So here it tells us that it destroyed the town. So right now I found my similarity. Destroyed the town. And it looks like it affected the town, and then it says people suffocated. So I can also put and people. I'm going to go ahead and here, I'll just use paragraph 1 for the introduction. It says I'm going to use I'm not going to use the whole sentence. I'm going to do dot, dot, dot in parentheses since it doesn't exactly say it, but I want my readers to understand when I'm writing my RRJ. Mount Vesuvius destroyed, I'm right here, follow my cursor, destroyed the city of Pompeii. Okay, and then if we wanted to, we can also go ahead and say people suffocated from the ash. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and take this information and I'm going to build my RRJ. This chart is going to make it a lot easier on me. For me, I'm going to go ahead and go down to this slide and I'm going to just copy and paste it down at the bottom so I don't have to keep toggling back and forth between the two. So that's going to be extremely helpful for me. I'm going to go ahead and read the prompt again. After reading both volcanoes and Mount Vesuvius 79 CE letters from Pliny the Younger, what is one similar impact volcanoes have? Use evidence from both to support your thinking. Use race. So I'm going to restate my question. Volcanoes, I'm color coordinating based on these colors here. Volcanoes and Mount Vesuvius, 79 CE, letters from Pliny the Younger, both show that volcanoes impact towns by destroying, by causing destruction and killing people. Okay, so there's my sentence there. I use that. I put it into my own words to have it make sense, but that was what that's really what they were saying here. And then I'm going to make sure that I put my answer in that green color so you could see the difference between the R and the A. Oops, not what I meant to do. Here we go. Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and go on to my C. I already have my C here, so of course, this will make it nice and simple for me. I say in volcanoes, it states look how simple that was. When volcanoes erupt, they can swiftly destroy towns and their inhabitants. In Mount Vesuvius, it states, I'm going to take this text evidence and put it right up in there. Of course, changing it so it all matches. Okay, there's my text evidence. I want to read through to make sure it makes sense. In volcanoes, it states, oh, if I wanted to be a little bit more specific, I can even say in paragraph 15 of volcanoes, and then over here in the introduction of Mount Vesuvius, it states, and then I can go ahead and I can give my explanation. So I would then go ahead and say, this shows me volcanoes cause major destruction to cities and people. having a major impact. Okay, so short and sweet to the point. Let's read through to make sure we have everything we need. Volcanoes and Mount Vesuvius 79 CE letters from Pliny the Younger both show that volcanoes impact towns by causing destruction and killing people. In paragraph 15 of Volcanoes, it states, when volcanoes do erupt, they can swiftly destroy habitats, towns, and their inhabitants. In the introduction of Mount Vesuvius, it states, Mount Vesuvius destroyed the city of Pompeii. People suffocated from the ash. This shows me that volcanoes cause major destruction to cities and people, having a major impact, I'm going to say, when they erupt. Okay. And then, of course, I can just do a little bit of some cleanup here. And I want to make sure that my texts are underlined so I know the difference between the text and the words. Go. And then I do see it here as well. These are just minor details. Of course, these are those revisions and edits to make it just that much better. So boys and girls, as I'm going ahead and I'm doing this, I'm going to wrap up today's lesson. Today we did use race. We restated the question. We answered the question. We cited our evidence and we gave an explanation. In order to answer this question completely, please make sure that when you go and you respond to your seesaw activity, that you do tell me what race stands for. The second question I'm going to ask you, what are you doing this weekend? I look forward to playing with my puppy and taking her for a long walk. So, can't wait to hear from you. Have a great weekend.